Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Darkside Phil Reacts 2 from Addicted to Manipulative, Keemstar story by June the King on YouTube. We've already reacted to the first 45 minutes or so of the show. It's about a 2-hour-long video we're watching here. If you did not see the first two parts, I strongly recommend you watch them. What have we seen so far? His early days as a content creator, if you can even call it that, because he really was more of an internet bully than anything else. How he repeatedly got shut down, failed, banned from everywhere. How really his only claim to fame up to this point that made him any money was actually selling a knockoff Minecraft video game. It wasn't any of his content that was successful or popular. It was actually just selling a fucking video game. Then, finally in 2014, randomly making a drama video, including Wings of Redemption in it, got him the notoriety as a drama guy. And now here we are. Okay? So this is 2014, 2015, the formative years of Drama Alert, which is what he's now known for on the internet. We're going to learn about the history. We just started learning about the history, and that's where we're jumping on, okay? So if you didn't see those first two parts, they should be live here. You check them out at your own leisure, all right? Enjoy them. But now we're going to continue on the Drama Alert days, 2014 to 2015. Here we go.
Beyond having extra help, it was important to vet these people as their research and the stories they brought to Keem needed to be extremely accurate, or Keem could potentially face the backlash of slandering someone, only
Correct.
made worse if the false information and or accusation is severe. Anyhow, many of Keem's stories in 2014, while moderately entertaining, lacked much focus, energy, and contextual information that would bring viewers to his channel later on. And while the main focus was gaming entertainment, it also branched out to other stories ranging from strangers arguing politics on Facebook to random content creators' dramas and updates. But Keem's main meat in most videos relied on reading tweets of people arguing back and forth on Twitter, with many of these stories lacking much impact at all.
And Pro Syndicate said that Ali A sucks at Minecraft.
As to say that though Keemstar could pull much drama from these people in the gaming community, their main form of content was relatively drama-free, so many days there wasn't much crazy or wild news that could pull a large amount of viewers.
There you go.
But if he could milk an ongoing story and stretch it out through several videos, it could garner much viewership. This is exemplified through his coverage of Lizard Squad.
The hackers who ruined Christmas.
This is the group responsible for hacking two of the biggest computing companies in the world.
Really? I
The
don't know
hacking
about
group
this.
that, among many other things, took down the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live. And those curious on why they couldn't play online might search YouTube for an answer, and what they'd find is Keemstar interviewing a member of the group with them explaining all the services they took down and will continue to hack. And they did. Both Xbox Live and PlayStation Network were taken down several times in the last 2 months of 2014. As a result, Keemstar covered them about 21 times in that time period by conducting further interviews, releasing news on their hacked targets, covering Finest Group, which is another hacking group that opposed Lizard Squad, and for a moment, Keem also got hacked by Lizard Squad themselves. This constant coverage and also extraction of information via interviews made this a successful long-running story on Keem's channel, reflected by the hundreds of thousands of views he got on videos by the end of the year.
It makes sense.
This helps mark our transition to 2015, both with a new year and a refocusing in content style. As the year progressed, Keemstar focused less and less intensely on the Call of Duty community, most likely due to the fact that when he did, the videos usually did not get as much traction as a video focusing on intense content creator drama.
Do you blame him? I mean, no, actually I don't. Yes, when he was up and coming, he was a Halo and Call of Duty guy. That doesn't necessarily mean he has to do that forever, especially because, again, he wasn't significantly successful in that regard. You know what I mean? I'm going to say something positive about Keem. I think he did the right thing. I think what it is he realized this is where YouTube is going. This is where, even though he liked the Call of Duty topics, that's where he came from. That would be like me sitting here and saying, guys, because I started in Street Fighter, I'm sorry, I'm just going to have 90% of my content be Street Fighter. And every once in a while, we'll do something different, but I don't care because I just like Street Fighter. That's all we're going to do. Obviously, that wouldn't work. Street Fighter has a place in my content, but it's certainly not the end-all, be-all of my content. And if it was, I probably wouldn't be nearly as successful, and I wouldn't have the longevity that I've had. So because I'm a jack of all trades, and I cover everything, that's why a lot of people check me out, you see? So he's looking at this. He's like, even though I like the Call of Duty stuff, that's where I came from. I need to diversify. Great business decision. I told you guys, I'm going to compliment him when I see reasons to. I'm going to be fair and honest. This is very smart. He saw the trends. He saw what was happening. Why are my views so low on the Call of Duty content, even though I like that, when I could be doing this? You know, you focus. And you know what? This happened to me back in the day, too. At one point on YouTube, I had 2 channels, DSP Gaming and DSP Street Fighter. I loved fighting games. And when I covered them, I uploaded the shit out of videos on DSP Street Fighter. But it was really the core focus of DSP Gaming that was way more popular and was always bringing in the main views and the main profits that I was getting. And in fact, at one point, Machinima, who I was partnered both channels with, okay, said to me, well, your DSP Street Fighter channel doesn't do as well as DSP Gaming, so we're going to renegotiate your contracts with us. We're going to pay you less for your videos on DSP Street Fighter than the videos on DSP Gaming. And I said, I would be an idiot to accept this, because I could just put everything into DSP Gaming then. Right? Even if I'm going to play fighting games from time to time, I could still just put them on DSP Gaming and make the better rate. Why would I continue to focus my efforts into this thing that's not as popular and not doing as much money? I'll reduce the amount I do fighting games, play them still on DSP Gaming, but make more money doing that, and then branch out more into a variety of games. So that's what I did. Sounds like he did this. He's like, no, the Call of Duty stuff ain't doing good. Let's focus on everything else, all the other shit on the internet. I applaud him for that. 100% great business decision. Shows that he's not a dunce. I don't think he is a dunce. He's obviously smart because his decisions have turned him into a success story. So he's not a dunce, okay? Okay. I received a tip, or did I? So, okay. This guy's name is This and That. That's what he wants to go by in his tip. And he basically says, wow, that's interesting. I don't know if he wants me to read this or not. Basically, he's saying that people are like trolls were harassing him and accusing him of stuff he didn't do. He finds it hilarious because it was all wrong. Anyway, thank you for the tip. This and That is a $15 tip. So with that tip, we've now reached the $202 mark. I appreciate all of your support today, everyone. Let's play an animation for This and That. So that would be the $10 animation, which is a good one. Time to get slimed, Mr. Petey. Actually, it's Phil. That's Phil Venkman, not Peter Venkman. That's Phil Venkman. I always imagine if I was a Ghostbuster, I would be Peter Venkman. I mean, I look like the fucking guy. Look, you're superimposing my face on Bill Murray. Does it look that much different? Anyway, thank you for the tip. Now, with that, we've hit $200. Now, here's what I told you guys. For every $50 raised, we would do a new poll for a swap. So here's what we're going to do. Should Phil swap his hat? No, keep the cowboy is number 1. Yes, the beret. Yes, the fake hair hat. Or, yes, it's super hot in here. Here, I'll I know it's going to win. I'm not stupid. So you know what? So I probably shouldn't do that because I can't keep that one on. Oh, I know what to do. So either no, keep the cowboy, or switch to the beret, the fake hair hat, or the Los Santos cap. There you go. Those probably would not bother me even today when it's so hot in here. It wouldn't be that big of a deal. Okay? So please vote. Thank you guys for your support today. Again, this being my only stream of the day. I appreciate so many of you coming out, watching, and supporting. We're not even halfway done. Seriously. This is going to be a long one. Okay? And I knew it would be. Okay. Wait. I just received a $5 anonymous tip. Someone said, this is off topic. Are you going to play BioShock Remaster? What do you mean? You mean BioShock 1 Remastered? I did. I have a full playthrough of that on DSP Gaming already from the past. Here, let me play your animation. I didn't have any plans to replay it anytime soon. Like, if there was a new BioShock coming out and it was pertinent for me to do it, then I would do it. But, yeah, I have no plans on doing it anytime soon. No, there doesn't seem to be time. Unless there's a reason it would be timely, and I don't know. I'm not aware. Right? I don't know. Okay, people are voting on the hat. In the meantime, thank you for the support. Hold on. If I misclick on one thing, it screws my whole setup up. I've done it like 10 times today already. Okay, let's continue. So he switches to drama instead of Call of Duty.
Most likely due to the fact that when he did, the videos usually did not get as much traction as a video focusing on intense content creator drama.
Okay.
This is shown clearly by the 3 videos uploaded back-to-back covering Call of Duty Champs, which was a $1 million prize championship held back in 2015. These are some, if not the least viewed videos for that year.
Wow.
Also, they were uploaded at the tail end of March, which, interestingly enough, is possibly most viewed videos for 2015 were uploaded less than a month later. These would undoubtedly change Drama Alert forever as they uncovered a very dramatic and hot topic. But they also brought much negative attention towards Keemstar for reporting it in what some might consider a highly deceptive and dishonest matter.
Okay.
But before we get into that, we must cover what these videos even are and the origin of them.
Okay.
To start, these practically all began from this now deleted Reddit post that can be reviewed through websites that archive such things. What the poster claims is that Bashurverse, a Minecraft content creator on the rise, was arrested in 2004 for unlawful transactions with a minor. The source, bustedmugshots.com. As Keem usually does when he's given such damning information, he contacted the other party, Bashurverse, about these accusations before going public with them. But he was not the only one, as this was seemingly making the rounds through the internet. And after denying these accusations when questioned by Keem, Bashur tried to step in front of the story by uploading a 46-minute-long video recounting his life story and the arrest that happened back in 2004.
I remember this.
He
I
alleges
saw this
that
video.
he was friendly with his friend's sister that was 15 years old at the time, and their parents got suspicious about Bashur, who was, as Bashur claims, 18 at the time, and their parents got a bit suspicious about him. Bashur, who claims he was 18 at the time, was exchanging sexually charged messages with her. When the parents of the 15-year-old found out, it led to a series of events where he was charged with, as seen from bustedmugshots.com, an unlawful transaction with a minor. Throughout the story, Bashur's emotional and seemingly genuine recounting of the story got him much support. But there were those that were dissatisfied with his story, namely Keemstar, who at this point was on the offense against Bashur and constantly poked at him through Twitter and an April Fool's drama alert that showcased a fake tweet that made him seem guilty of SA. That's when Bashur contacted Machinima to see if they could get Keem's video taken down. But Bashur's defensiveness, not just against Keem, but practically anyone that may construe Bashur's story worse than he retold it in his 46-minute-long video, just made Keem more and more aggressive.
So what they're saying is he was covering the story. He didn't believe that Bashur was telling the truth. So he basically kept like keeping it up, harassing. Then in an April Fool's episode, he literally fabricated tweets that weren't true, that supposedly made Bashur look guilty. And then I guess some people might have not known that and thought that it was real, right? I'm actually being told by my stream chat, this man Bashur has passed away in the last week from COVID. Wow. That's absolutely terrible. Yeah, I don't know. The first time I ever hearing about this guy, I remember seeing this clip because I remember the blue shirt standing out, and I found out he was a Minecraft YouTuber, and I saw the blue shirt. That's all I remember. I don't even remember what the context of it was. You know, this was 7 years ago. So, wow. Not last week. He died last year. Someone just said he just died last week. This is why you don't believe anything. This is why you don't believe jack shit. Immediately people are contradicting themselves in my chat. Well, if he passed away, rest in peace. Again, first time I'm hearing about the guy. It's very unfortunate. Anyone who passes away from COVID, obviously. Let's keep going.
And though there were lingering threats of a lawsuit, Keem kept prodding at Bashur's weakness and finally got the reaction he wanted. After all, without Keemstar, he most likely would not have gotten to this point, and Keem wouldn't have squeezed a story out of him.
Hey guys, it's me.
Oh, I remember this too. The Power Rangers
done.
hoodie.
Like, I'm so freaking tired of it. I'm like going absolutely freaking mad. I didn't expect to freaking get this big, and I didn't expect like my past and everything to get all out there. And Keemstar just keeps freaking, it's just constant barrage. Like all my videos are like I've been up for so long and I'm so stressed right now and it's just, I'm done. Fuck! Fuck you! Fuck you! I hate you all who are attacking me constantly!
Being that Keem was mentioned, within 30 seconds of the start of the video, it was immediately forwarded to him where he watched it live.
I didn't expect to freaking get this big, and I didn't expect, like, my past and everything.
He was playing H1Z1.
Oh my god. And Keemstar just keeps freaking, it's just constant barrage. Like, all my videos are like, I've been up
What's
for
that
so
typing?
long, and I'm
He
so
stood up.
stressed right now.
Is that
and
Keemstar
God, he's
typing?
coming for me, dude.
done. I can't do it
Holy
anymore.
shit. Say that I pushed him too far, but I didn't. I didn't. He's just, this is more playing the victim. This is more like manipulation. That's all I see is manipulation. Like, all I wanted, and all I think anybody wanted, was this dude to just own up to what happened and move on. Ah! Dude, I'm scared. I'm fucking scared. Dude, like, get the fuck away, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? I'm fucking scared, bro. Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, I feel like he's fucking coming for me, bro. I'm fucking scared, dude. Like, I feel like this dude's gonna try to...
Citing that he is fearful for his life, but it's difficult to differentiate that from an excitement, as he just became a major player in a drama that was about to trend through the online community. So on the same day, Keem made a response to Bashur's video, a video that Bashur privated almost immediately.
He's never going to be the victim. He's always going to be the bad guy. And the fact that he can just manipulate so many people so easy, it scares the living shit out of me. It scares the living shit out of me. It scares me that other YouTubers are afraid to voice their opinion on this subject. It scares me that this guy is that good at manipulating people.
It scares him that guy is that good at manipulating people. Okay? And the truth is, like, even if this is true, even if it is true that he is lying, Bashur, because I don't know the truth of the story at all. I never followed it. You were the one who manipulated everyone. You kept covering the story. You kept pushing the envelope to get views on your content. You were the one who kept saying he's a liar, even though you didn't have any evidence, right? If you did, that would have been the groundbreaking story. Present the evidence. It's done. It's out there. You know what I'm saying? If for him it was like that, it was the April 1st post that he did that made people feel like maybe it was true, right? So for me, like, I look at this and I'm like, perhaps what he's saying does apply to Bashur, because really we don't know the truth of what the story was. At the same time, it absolutely applies to him too. So he's talking to himself as much as he's talking to Bashur. At the very same time, you notice how different his voice is now? Because now he's like, oh, now we're going to be serious. This isn't drama alert. This is me talking to you guys normally. This is an affectation in his voice. And essentially it means that he's lying. It means that he, like, knows that what he's saying is bullshit. You don't all of a sudden have a giant change in the entire tone that you present yourself to people. And you know what I'm saying? Or it could be the opposite. It could be that literally everything else he's ever done on the internet was a lie. And now he's finally telling the truth. It's one or the other. You don't, like I said, this is him putting on a show or him actually opening up, but everything else was fake. That's what you can tell from people's voices completely changing like that. It's done on purpose. Okay? So, yeah. But anyway, I mean, holy pot calling the kettle black. If you want to talk about being a master manipulator, that's exactly what he does with his audience. Even though for everyone else on the internet, this is kind of a dead story. Beat the horse, beat the horse, beat the horse, because he has no content. This is all he has to talk about. This is what's getting juicy views from his drama-seeking audience. And now this guy is being completely tortured over it. I mean, the guy, obviously, he got booked. It was a crime involved. He went to, I don't know what his punishment was. It doesn't discuss that here. Did he go to jail? Fines, whatever. This is years later, supposedly, right? And only came out because he became a prominent Minecraft YouTuber. So to Basher, this is ancient history, right? This is done. I don't know why this is becoming, are we still talking about this? Yes, it's embarrassing. I knew one day it would probably come out. I knew we would talk about it. Fine, here it is. Even if you believe him or not, it's done. But he won't let it go. But he says Basher's the manipulator, when obviously he's the one manipulating his audience to keep drama rolling so he can profit off of it. You see? Okay.
It scares me.
To summarize Keem's 18-minute long video, it has him saying that Basher kept playing the victim card, when in reality, people should be focusing on how that 15-year-old was the victim. And that throughout Basher's life story, some ages don't make sense, as Basher says he was 18 when this happened, but in reality, he was most likely 20 due to a news clipping that Basher tweeted out. To add more, Basher's current girlfriend, who was a fan of his, met him while he was in his late 20s and she was 17. So there are 4 key things Keem kept hammering in this video. The inconsistencies with age, which he labeled as Basher being deceptive rather than accidentally inaccurate as most people are with dates, even Keemstar. Next is claiming that this video was done through a manipulative perspective and that he believes that the entire video should have been an apology rather than a short segment in it. Hence,
You know what's funny here is, I know for a fact that years later, I don't know if this is true today, Keemstar was criticized because he had a girlfriend who was very young compared to his age, and everyone was like, dude, you were up Basher's ass about this. This was one of your big things back when you were getting prominent on YouTube, and now you have a young girlfriend? Like, what the fuck is going on, right? It was one of the things they called him out for, being a hypocrite. I don't know if that'll be covered in this documentary or not.
that's why Keem keeps saying that Basher is playing the victim card. And beyond retaliating by wanting to take Keemstar's April Fool video down, Keemstar had many grievances with Basher because Keem is a parent himself and could not imagine his daughter in such an undesirable situation.
Oh, that's what it was.
Overall, citing Basher to be a massive manipulator and monster in the YouTube community that people should be cautious of. This video performed extremely well, but not as well as his next one that was also covering Basher, citing that fans of both audiences were angry and that there was still no clear understanding of whether Basher was lying about his past.
Right
Still
now,
going
I'm
on.
getting a lot of hate from Basher fans, and Basher is getting a lot of hate from people in the community over this situation. And we still don't know 100% the truth. And let me interview you. Let's put this thing to rest. Let's get the final chapter in this story done and over with. And let's turn all this hate and all this negativity into something incredibly positive.
Exactly what he did with Wings. During the Wings segment, that's what he did. Oh, Wings is in trouble. Get him on. Interview him. And this is actually coming up again. I hope it's on here, because in the Wings documentary we saw, there was a situation where there's an interaction between him and Wings where he literally tells Wings, you must come on my show, or I'm going to have I'm going to get you banned from Twitch or whatever, right? So this is what he does. He stirs up all this drama. Everyone else has kind of moved on, but he creates the drama by being the person to keep hammering the drama, you see? He creates that situation, so he benefits from it. Now, the only way to get out of the drama is to be on his show, which he profits from. This is an endless cycle, right? With this guy, you'll see, I believe, this is exactly what people criticize him of. This is what he's done historically over the years. Yes, originally this was a story that was, maybe newsworthy for a minute, but literally you covered it for so long. You know what I'm saying? And then you basically, you won't let it go. The guy's getting tortured. The guy's life is falling apart because of all the harassment he's getting. But now you must come on my show for the conclusion, which, by the way, will benefit me. By the way, Snorlax King, did I miss a super chat from you? I think I did. Yes, he says, man, Keemstar made Basher have a full mental breakdown. The Basher video is hard to watch. Keemstar never shows any sympathy ever. I don't know if he ever does. This is our first case of seeing this. Remember, there's more coming. But I would certainly say, yeah, in this situation, you're not seeing any sympathy, any empathy. I was just covering the story. I was trying to get to the truth of it. I don't care if it actually hurts you. I don't care how much damage is done by this. I don't care. So, okay, let's continue.
Just a simple yes or no. Do you want to help out these kids? Do you want to help raise $5,000 for this charity?
And then
Gamers Outreach?
$5,000. If you come on my show, we'll raise $5,000 for a charity. So again, We want to talk about Manipulative. Basher's the manipulator, but he's trying to force Basher to come on his show under the guise of it's a charity event. If you don't do it, you're hurting kids.
So Keemstar extended an interview invitation to Basher for charity, with Keemstar saying that he wanted to put this all to rest. But it's apparent, at least through the many follow-up videos that performed insanely well, that Keemstar was going to latch onto this story so long as people kept returning to his channel for it. While we won't go in depth into all these, I will heavily recommend the Gamer from Mars video, The Bashurverse Conspiracy, full documentary that dissects this situation. What we will dive into is how and why this worked so well for Keemstar. First is that Keemstar is inherently a troll. That's how he got started on the platform, and that's basically been his personality ever since. Trolling is usually done to get a reaction out of someone through whatever means necessary, whether that means throwing out various unconfirmable rumors, or in this situation, interviewing other ex-fans of Basher that were coming out on his alleged illicit messages, allowing Keem to continue to cover this ever-expanding story. If this were a collaboration, which in a way it was, Basher was sitting at around 1.7 million subscribers, and Keemstar was sitting at around 300,000. So Keemstar must have known that every time Basher complained about him or mentioned him in any capacity, it would bring more and more people to Keemstar's channel and even more in-depth coverage of Basher's past. So Keem had much to gain by continuing this. So that's why, in more ways than one, this was a collaboration. A non-friendly one, until it was. When 10 days later, Keemstar managed to get an interview with Basher, starting it off by Keem stating that he and the Drama Alert team verified that when Basher committed that crime way back when, the ages were 18 and 15 and not the rumored 20 and 13. As for Basher, he claims that he never talked to underage girls willingly, and if he did not know about their age.
I can imagine. Basically, the Drama Alert team did more research into what happened with Basher 11 years ago, and we can now confirm that the ages were 18 and 15.
Now, wait a minute. Okay. You are someone who your show is supposed to be about covering this stuff. Oh, big expose. Basher did this when, underage girl. He was older. This is fucked up. First of all, doesn't even matter. In my eyes, 18, 20, still, the girl was underage. It was still wrong. I don't care if he was 18, 20, she was 15, 13. It's still wrong. So it's literally, this entire thing was about semantics that didn't even matter. The semantics didn't even matter at all, right? Seriously. The whole thing was Basher did something wrong. He was punished for it. He wanted to move on. It was this guy who kept it going for personal gain, but it doesn't even, that's what I mean. Number one, it doesn't even matter. That's number one. Number two, so let me get this straight. After how many weeks, months of this harassment of Basher by his audience because he kept talking about it, oh, now we decided to do more research and we confirmed that, what he says is true. We were, all of our guesses that he was lying were wrong. So here's the truth. Wait a minute. You couldn't have done that at the beginning, right? Now here's the answer to that because it's common sense. Of course he could have. Of course, Keem could have confirmed the truth of the situation. But the reason he didn't was to create drama. He needed to have this panned out for weeks, months, however long it lasted, for this. The moment that he actually confirmed the truth, this story was over. He had to milk this story over and over for an extended period of time for this. So, in a way, and I've said this before, Drama Alert starts with a story that may be true, but ends up being Keemstar's story. He takes those stories, and by doing what he does, the way he does it, he turns it into a product that is digestible to a very gullible audience that want more. Oh, we're still going to get the answer. We still didn't get the answer. We still didn't get the answer. The answer was there. You could have found out the answer at the beginning, but instead you just kept watching, kept giving this man money and views when he could have been a responsible journalist at the beginning of the whole thing. He caused that man Basher misery for an extended period of time for personal gain. That is Drama Alert. That is exactly what Drama Alert is. Okay? That's what I've been critical of over the years. Misery broker. You are a misery broker. You directly benefited by not doing your actual job as a journalist and instead creating misery and profiting off of it. That is 100% what I disagree with on the internet. That should not be allowed. This should be banned from YouTube immediately. The moment that he came out and said, well, we realize now, here's the truth, ban him. You literally for 2 months reported slander, defamation. You hurt this guy's life and feelings, everything. His life's fucked up irrevocably because of you. Why is he on YouTube today? That should have been it. Someone at YouTube sits and says, okay, we have evidence that the truth was out there. He literally ignored the evidence to make money on our site. We don't want that toxic shit here. This guy's going to ruin other people's lives. Get him off. I mean, they'd already banned him 7 zillion other fucking times. It's not like it was another big deal to flip the switch again. But instead, the opposite happened. Instead, he became popular. And he became the top guy for doing this on YouTube. While everyone else just got in his line. Anyone who was in his line of fire ended up being the next person that he caused misery to for his personal benefit. Misery broker. That is the worst. Okay, maybe not the absolute worst. Some of the worst content that could ever be made. It is I benefit at your expense. I don't care who it hurts, how badly it hurts you. As long as I'm making bank, getting views, being popular, I don't give two shits. It's pretty fucked up. Okay, shout out to Kuri Kuri. By the way, people voted to keep the cowboy hat, so we're keeping it for now. I might do a hat switch after my break for dinner because I'm sweating profusely in this and I might want to wear a lighter hat. We'll see. But for now, we're keeping this on. Kuri Kuri did a super chat. Says, Keem at least named his channel appropriately, unlike a certain channel that reviews tech but always is embroiled in drama or causing it. You know, Review Tech USA used to be Reviewer of Tech, right? I don't know why he doesn't rebrand or why he doesn't make a new channel. I don't get that. I think he would be successful just having a channel all of drama. I really believe that. I think what it is if he did that, he would have to admit that he's just a knockoff Keemstar, which I've said previously. I said this guy is 100% trying to be a knockoff Keemstar. You understand? That's why he won't do it, because then he has to admit that he lost. Oh, I lost my way on YouTube. Anyway, I've also received an anonymous $20 tip. The reason I say it's anonymous, they didn't send me a message and they didn't tell me what to call them. So I'm just going to say it's anonymous. And thank you for that. And here is your reward. Oh! Thank you very much, everyone, for your support today. Again, I really appreciate it. We still have a long way to go to get through this whole documentary. We're still halfway through right now. So we still got a long way to go. Thank you for the support because, again, number one, this is my only stream for the day. And number two, the stupid chargeback at the beginning of today's stream really hurt me. So thank you. Okay. Let us now continue. I will keep going for about another half an hour before we will take a break. And I'm hungry, so I'm going to have dinner during that break coming up. It'll be the only actual real major break of the stream. Okay. Let's continue.
Not 20 and 13.
Don't go out of my way to talk to underage girls. I just don't do that. If I talk to an underage girl, I did not know their age. They lied about it or it just didn't even get mentioned. And I'm flirting.
Your friends disown you, and then your girlfriend, who you love, and you thought that she loved you.
Oh God, I love her, dude.
Disowns
you no idea.
For her career. That made me feel sorry for you. That legitimately made me feel sorry for you. Man, I don't like this stuff that happened between you and these younger girls. And I think that...
That's why I apologized. I don't either.
I don't think you can ever do anything like this. Enough people know about this situation where you won't do anything like this, right? I think that the punishment of you being through the runner in this whole community is enough for what you did. And I don't think that you need to still be kicked while you're down.
Many others refute these claims by stating that they stated their age when talking to him. So someone in this situation is lying, which is why it's important to mention that Basher also admits that he's a pathological liar, and many acquaintances, both now and several years back, have confirmed that Basher is in fact a known liar.
Out. Some of us earlier than others had figured out he was full of shit with being an engineer for NVIDIA and then working for Pixar. None of us knew about the pedophilia.
But since this video is focusing on Keemstar, we'll readjust to him and the reason why this change in heart happened. Let's discuss the benefits. The harassment and rumors Keemstar spread around helped gain the attention of not just Basher's audience, but also those tuning into Basher's freakout video and the drama following it. Through this, Keemstar was getting much hate through Bashur's large following. It is, after all, easier to get someone's attention from stating something negative than something positive.
Exactly.
As it's conflict and controversy that makes most stories compelling. But now that he changed stances, though not everyone was convinced, he gained the support of most of Bashur's extremely large following that once hated him. So through it all, he was able to make things work almost completely in his favor. Almost. And that's because of possibly his most viewed video of 2015. A video of him interviewing Bashur that was joined in by Bashur's associate and apparent Minecraft server owner, Smile for YouTube. In this interview, Smile claims to have audio proving that Bashur's ex-girlfriend is a gold digger, and that was the reason she stayed with him. With Bashur's obsession with this woman, the grand reveal of this leaked Skype call, and Bashur's outburst from it,
Message from her today saying that she loves me though. Straight up.
I told her.
Look at this bullshit. Why, again, if the whole controversy is done now, right? Why does it continue? You had your video. This is your resolution. We found out the truth of the matter. This is over. No, now it continues. Oh, your ex-girlfriend now is a gold digger. Oh my God. See, it never ends with him. He's just sitting here eating popcorn, acting like it's a meme, it's a joke. Dude, this is not a meme, it's not a joke. This is the guy's life you're ruining by doing this shit. He thinks it's funny. Oh, this is, look, get me eating popcorn, the meme. By the way, you know contributions are rolling in, the views are rolling in when he's doing this. This is insane. Anyone who has any kind of moral compass can't do this. I mean that too. Like, this guy has to have none. He has to have a sociopathic mentality where he just does not care about anyone but himself to be acting like this.
I told her I'm going to pay her $1,000 if she did say that to you. If I convinced her basically that I'll give her $1,000 if she did say that to you.
We
Bullshit.
wanted to find out if she was a gold digger.
Bullshit. This is bullshit. Bullshit.
I had to do it, man. I had to prove it so the whole world can see what the real true colors are.
Smile for YouTube.
Yes.
Oh,
Play
bullshit.
the audio.
Here it is.
You have actual audio?
Here it is. Hey.
No, I know. Hey, what's up?
Okay, not too much. Okay, he is going to. He's losing his fucking mind right now. He's bawling his fucking eyes out. He said that he will do it, but he needs to hear you say something to him. You have to talk to him nice or something like that, because he's bawling his eyes out. I'll give you $1,000 to bullshit your way through this. I'll give you $1,000 right now. Bullshit your way through
I
this.
already tried calling him. He's not picking up.
Okay.
I left him a
Okay, if I...
You used me! You got fucking caught! I don't care anymore! This is bullshit! I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care. At least in the end, I got the fucker in the ass.
Beyond it being an entertaining video, it helped move much of the hate from Bashur to his ex-girlfriend and gave Keemstar new levels of notoriety in the YouTube community. Bashur was on later episodes of Drama Alert, but it never rekindled the flame of this drama. On the topic of fire, it should be noted that Keemstar regularly takes risks and or plays with fire that usually works in his favor but also regularly gets burned. And this was one of those situations, as on the surface, this entire drama is already confusing enough. But when further looked into, it becomes quite a jumbled mess, with several parties working for their own gains and practically only Keemstar landing on top. Until now. And that's because Smile for YouTube, Bashur's associate, or the person that was in the call when the leaked Skype audio of his ex-girlfriend was exposed to him. Because in 2016, a little less than a year after the video dropped, he leaked a Skype call between him, Bashur, and Keem that puts a new perspective on all this because Smile for YouTube didn't always go under that alias. In 2010, he was known as 101 SWAT 101, and he's exactly the kind of person you would expect with someone with that name to have.
Wow.
And unbeknownst to Keem, back in 2010, he allegedly also made trolling videos with him, and that's why he had FAG re-uploads on his channel. But of course, with 5 years passing and all the people that Keem has met, he didn't recognize him at all. But there was some suspicion that was successfully diverted by a lie on Smile's side, as he did not want his cover blown.
Hey, are you a big-time fan of mine? Because I searched you on YouTube and I saw like FAG re-uploaded videos.
FAG uploaded videos?
Re-uploaded videos, like my old trolling videos.
Oh, I'm not sure, man. Well, fuck, years back I was watching your videos. Years back.
Yeah, I searched Smile for YouTube on YouTube, and there's a channel, and it's got like re-uploaded videos of my old stuff.
Oh no, that wouldn't be me. I'm Smile for YouTube Gaming.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, that's a weird coincidence.
That is a weird coincidence.
That is actually really fucking.
But before we get into the meat of this call, there is also a website that docks Clara and several other content creators' residence posted by an anonymous source. A dox that Keemstar clearly knew about and spread it anyway.
Don't worry.
Are you going to report on the website?
Well, I haven't really looked at the website. Like, I just...
You're gonna like it. Oh, you're gonna like it.
Oh, you're gonna like
Especially
it.
when you scroll all the way
really
down.
bad.
It even shows her bedroom window and everything. Like, it's some creeper, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck they got this stuff, but it's creepy.
It was definitely another YouTube partner out there that's doing this.
I'm gonna tweet it out. I'm gonna say, "Oh my God, have you seen this?"
Oh my God.
Damn,
Keemstar, dude, I hated you at first, but I'm starting to fucking love you.
Now for the most important part of this call is that that interview was all orchestrated, scripted, redone, and dramatized, because they all knew about this info beforehand, and it was all done to take Clara down and build Basher up.
Okay, this is the game plan. All right, you get her in this private call. You record her saying this stuff, okay? Then we come on and we do the interview, right? And I say something like, and you tell me the background. I'm saying, other than this text, do you have any proof? Like, do you have any real proof? I know she said this to you in a private Skype conversation, you know, Smile for YouTube. But, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people out there that say, you know, that you're full of shit. There's going to be a lot of people out there saying that, you know, maybe you and Basher made a deal behind the scenes. Do you have any legitimate proof that she said this? I mean, these conversations can be forged, and then you interrupt me and you're just like...
Yes, sir, I do. I got an audio right now.
Okay, give me the audio, and then we play it in the interview. Oh my God, it's over. Coming from Drama Alert. Okay, my fans are fucking... They're not just like...
And I'll even react. I'll even react like I've never heard it. I said to him, literally, you could pay me $40 and I'll talk to him, but you'll have to pay me probably more than that. Literally asking him to pay her.
While Keemstar later defended this by saying all the information in the interview was true and it was only the reaction that was faked, or rather redone, many still opposed it because of its deceptive nature. And that took away credibility from Keemstar and put into question his other videos.
Yeah, this actually, so just so everyone knows, not that this is anything serious, professional, or legal. In a court of law, this is entrapment. That's exactly what this is. So, basically, Basher, completely destroyed by Keemstar for a while, they make up, and Basher now realizes, oh, you know, because we're making up, maybe I can benefit from this. Keemstar obviously wants to benefit even further from this situation of the drama they've created together. Let's now start attacking the ex-girlfriend and prove that she is a gold digger. They entrapped her. They created a falsified situation. You know what I'm saying? They did. They created a falsified situation where they were offering her money to say something to him, but this was all staged. It was all intended to entrap her. You see what I mean? So... in a court of law, this would never fly at all, you know, but this is not a court of law. This is the court of the internet's public opinion. And so they do this whole thing. Oh, see, well, she's still back, even though we entrapped her in this situation to manufacture even more drama. We knew she was a bad person to begin with. We just had to find a way to prove it. Even if that's the case, all right? Even if that's the case, he's supposed to be presenting a show where he even says, let's get into the news. This is not news anymore. This is not news. This is fabrication. This is a narrative he's created for entertainment purposes. So it's no more news. The moment he says, let's get right into the news, he's not covering news. Let's get into my fabricated drama show that's entertaining to you. It's not news. Once he did that, he overstepped his boundary as someone just covering facts or investigating facts, and he became someone who creates those situations for personal gain. So, once again, originally when we were doing this documentary, there was the video where he's insulting every fan of his. I hate you all. I hope that your families get cancer. Shit like that. How anyone would have ever watched him after that, I have no idea. He tried to play it off like it was fake. Then he said it was real. Then it was fake. It's evil Keemstar, whatever. Here we are again, years later, 2015, 2016. Okay? Case number 2. You have factual evidence that this guy manufactured drama for personal gain. That means from now on, anything you watch on his channel is fake. Because any of it could be fake. Now, if you watch it with that guy's fine. But the thing is, what happens when people are on drama alert and he covers them in a negative way? They get harassed, they get treated poorly by the internet as if it's factually true. We now have no way to ever trust a thing he's ever said again because we have evidence that he faked this all. Do you see? So, again, I have to question. First, it was what? 2009, 2010? 5 years later, this guy hasn't changed at all. He doesn't care about his audience. He doesn't care about anyone. Just as long as he's making a buck, he doesn't care what he puts out there, right? So why is anyone watching him? You now see this is factually documented that he fabricated shit for his show. Why are you still watching him? Right? Okay, let's continue.
But there is another, more important level to this on the same note of deception.
Still?
Manipulation. Something Keemstar initially accused Basher of. And this is important because it expands more on drama alerts and the power Keem holds, or the way he used to use it in 2015. At the start of this drama, Keem started off stalwart and attacked Basher relentlessly, citing his parental status and that crimes like these should always be brought into question, and was doing a fair job of covering Basher's alleged victims. But after he went on good terms with him, he stopped bringing the potential victims to light, as seen on Camp Kill Commentary's channel, who kept on covering it. So this exposes much about how Keemstar operated his channel. It's something people both love and hate him for, which is his loyalty to his allies. As a neutral news channel may bring all perspectives on a story, but Drama Alert was becoming a commentary news channel, no doubt directly supported by its rise in views, as this series of videos brought only the perspectives that reflected Keem's opinion on Basher. When he was on bad terms, he only reported the victims, but when he was friendly with Basher, he stated that the hatred online that Basher was receiving was bad enough.
Hello, Chantel.
Keemstar's words can bring down and or build up a creator depending on what terms he's on with them. As for Smile for YouTube, who leaked the Skype call, in most people's eyes, he is no hero, as besides trying to charge back $2,500 in donations to Keem, he helped spread Keem's docs and tweeted many suggested tweets that refer to swatting Keem, though he denies he ever swatted Keem. But Keemstar is also hardly a saint, as within this feud, he gave out Smile's Skype, Smile's number, Smile's address, and even Smile's wife's phone number.
What the fuck?
A fucking father. He's an adult. And I have trolled him so hard that his life is consumed by the thought of me. Alright, his Skype is literally Smile for YouTube. Keep note of all this. That's his Skype right there.
Giving out my house address, giving out all of my information.
This is his phone number. The guy's from Canada. This is his wife's phone number right here. We need this dude's address. We need to drop his address.
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is against YouTube's terms of service right here. You can't do this. This is 1,000,000% against YouTube's terms of service and code of conduct. I know for a fact you cannot dox someone. So how is this allowed? There's evidence that he did it. That's him. That's his voice. I still don't understand how is he on YouTube. Here's another piece of evidence that he broke terms of service of where he does business, and they ignored it, apparently. Jesus.
He's gonna get fucking swatted so fast. People need to know where this dude lives.
Now I'm gonna get swatted. Look at them all there.
Yeah,
They're
look.
fucking everywhere. These cops are everywhere. Thank you. I wonder who fucking did.
Reactions are typically mixed on this, as he was doxing a doxer. But one thing many people take issue with is involving his wife that had seemingly no involvement in the situation, which means he doxed an innocent party. But overall, at least compared to other controversies that Keem was involved in at this time, it went by relatively unknown. And actually, Keem was still doing very well for himself, as he more than doubled his subscribers in 2015, helped by the audience he gained through the Bashurverse coverage and the many friendships he made with other rising content creators like Pyrocynical. But more importantly, Leafy is here, a commentator known for his insults and feuds with the more bizarre denizens of YouTube.
So, I think Leafy is here is a whole other story, but I think what's going to happen is going to tie in here to Keem. I've known of this guy but I never watched any of his content whatsoever. This will be my first exposure to it if they show some of it, right? Snorlax changes to the super chat and says maybe he says, I apologize, very hot in here. He says, he made YouTube money, so the rules don't apply to him. I mean, yeah, no. Because there's been people on YouTube who are very big and prominent making money and they still get banned. And even at this point, Keem was not nearly as big as he is now. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't making millions of views on every video and shit, you know, back then. This is, you know, his formative years. 2014 he started, this was 2015, you know, into 2016. So, no, I would agree. I would argue, no, I don't think that's the case at all. I just don't understand how there's blatant evidence of the violation of terms of service right there. We've all seen it, right? And you're going to tell me that that's not valid enough that he didn't get banned? I'm lost. That's 100% a violation. You can't just say, oh, I know someone's private information. I'll give it out on YouTube like that. You know? Did he bribe someone in YouTube behind the scenes? I don't know. Maybe what he did, he bought more grease for that big red slide so they could go faster down it, and they liked that so much that they just let him get away with anything. I don't know. I don't know, man. Okay, let's continue. Like I said, we're still going for about another 15, 20 minutes before I take a break. Here we go.
Leafy and Keemstar formed a very close friendship, where almost daily they would talk on Skype for hours, and even met up in person where they took a ride in a helicopter. Maybe they built their bond by being controversial rising figures in the YouTube community, which takes us back to the controversies that Keem was going through. Some having to do with the change in perspective and recirculation on his old clip insulting Alex. But his newest controversy at the time was because he got a story wrong. All because a member of his news team failed to properly do their research, made all worse because of Keem's size. When he was going after Bashur had about 1.7 million subs and Keem had about 300,000. Though influence spans beyond subscribers, this is simply just the easiest way to measure it. So Keemstar had about 1/5 of Bashur's following, and the predator accusations had merit. There were also many other people accusing Bashur of the same thing, and with Bashur's large following and experience with managing an audience of that size surely helped him through it, which is how we transitioned to Sir Tony Ray, better known as RS Glory and Gold, a 62-year-old man that streams the MMORPG RuneScape 3 on Twitch, that on January 7th sat at 6.6 thousand followers. Just joining the streaming scene, he was very new to the online community that took him in with open arms, until someone on the Drama Alert team discovered something alerting. A news article dating back from 2011 about a 54-year-old man that through RuneScape, the same game RS Glory and Gold is playing, was incarcerated for illegal acts with a 13-year-old girl that he met through the game and eventually in person. And through a quick glance, these photos do look a bit similar, and the same game is being played. The problem comes with that the employee of Drama Alert that brought these to Keem only went off that information for such a serious claim. If he gave any effort beyond a surface level glance, this team member would have seen that John Phillips was still incarcerated, so it would be impossible for RS Glory and Gold to be streaming on Twitch unless he was streaming from jail.
What the hell?
This fatal error wasn't caught until it was too late, as Keemstar, having confidence in his news team, set aside a about 35-second segment to report on this.
Massachusetts man John Phillips had sex with teen he married in an online game of RuneScape. He recently got out of jail, and the first thing he did was stream RuneScape on Twitch.
And if Keemstar's videos get around 100,000 views within hours of an upload, that means it exposed that dangerous lie to an audience around 16 times larger than Sir Tony Ray had. And the result is as you'd might expect.
Exactly.
With many furious people misled with this information at the return of a predator visiting Sir Tony Ray's channel and harassing him. Keemstar, quickly learning of his error, deleted his video and re-uploaded another one titled "We Got It Wrong," explaining his disappointment in his team and himself and committing himself to make amends in whatever way possible.
Him and another person on my news team sat there for hours looking at the faces and identified who was who and that it was the right guy. And I fucking lost it. My heart sunk into my stomach. The minute he gave me this explanation that they matched the faces, I realized that we just so fucked up. And I fucking died right there on my live stream. Like,
right.
I immediately took down the video. And I immediately uploaded a video to Twitter telling everyone that we got this story wrong and that we've taken the video and that the guy that works for me is no longer working for me. And any damages that we've caused this guy, Tony, that we are going to take.
But by then, it was too late. Many channels were already reporting on it, with the largest being Scarce, a competitor to Drama Alert. And where Scarce's videos usually hit on average 200,000 views, the one covering Keemstar and Sir Tony Ray got 1 million views in 5 days' time.
Wow.
Strengthened by a clip of Tony being subjected to unwarranted harassment.
Wow.
In his press broadcast, you can tell the dude's depressed, the dude's crying, and you can tell that he's just like, fuck, dude, like, I didn't do anything wrong. He's trying to tell people that he didn't do anything wrong, and people are still telling him in the chat, like, these horrible things and stuff because of the video that was uploaded, and it just makes me really sad, dude.
Okay, from what I gather here, you're saying that finally this guy who posted this video has taken the video down and admitted that what he said wasn't true. And that now everybody in the world knows my real name's Tony Ray Winchester. I'm 62. I've retired. I haven't got my first Social Security check yet, but I'll get it soon. See, I would have sat here for the next 10 years because I'm not going to let somebody run me off. But now that the whole thing's cleared up, and you guys know I'm a good guy, I'd like to go take a break. Wash my face.
I think he deserves it.
Put
Holy
some cold
shit.
water on my face. Have a cup of coffee. Relax for a minute. And then I'll come back and start tweeting again. Or twitching again, okay?
Wow.
I'm not calling him. I'm not telling him my phone number. I don't want that guy to bother me no matter what. I don't want his money. I don't want his apology. Because, you know, I know who and what I am. And my real friends know who and what I am. And they stuck by me. Thank you very much for everything. And don't think I'll ever forget all the nice words you folks had to say to me.
Wow.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. But believe me, I would never, ever, ever get off here as long as somebody's saying those things about me, because I'm not letting nobody run me off. But now everything's clear. Everybody knows I'm Tony, and I never did nothing to nobody, and I'm a good guy. So now I want to take a break. Thank you guys for everything. Thank you very much for being nice people and kind-hearted and helping me when I really needed your help. Thank you.
Kind-hearted is something no one will ever call Keemstar. He will never once in his life be called that. And I wonder how he sleeps at night knowing that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tearing up at this story right now, obviously, because it's so messed up that this guy was literally harassed and put through living hell because of Keemstar. And how on earth do you continue to exist as a human knowing these messed up things that you've done to hurt others? You know, there's different levels of despicable things you can do in life. You know what I mean? But, you know, there's some that people, well, no one got hurt. You know, maybe I cheated the system. Maybe I did this or that. No one got hurt. In this case, like, literally, he's hurting people directly and just continuing on, right? Well, shouldn't this have been a moment for Keem to sit back and say, all right, this is directly showing how what I'm doing is bad? Because when this happened, this should have been his wake-up call to reality. Okay, I have a giant following now. Maybe it's time to become a better person. Maybe it's time to change for the better. I made the mistake. I didn't intend it. It happened. I mean, obviously, he's responsible. It's his team that did it. He's trying to make amends. Fix the mistake. Good on him for doing that. I told you. I will credit Keem when he deserves it. Immediately acknowledging the mistake, taking the video down, publicly saying it was wrong, we screwed up. All of that was the right thing to do. But don't you think now maybe this is the opportunity to say, all right, maybe time to take a step back and look at myself, my life. Time to reassess. He's rich now, right? Like, we already know he made money from 2 games he's advertised. He's probably making good YouTube money. He's probably invested that money. Isn't it time now to say, I don't need this anymore. It's time for me to step back and do something better with my life. You know what I mean? Even if it's out of the public eye. This is 2016. We're in 2022. He still does drama alert. He's still doing it. So, again, there's certain people who they have this feeling inside of empathy, sympathy, morality. No one's ever going to call Keemstar a kind-hearted person. Name one thing so far he's done that's kind-hearted in anything documented here. And you know what? Maybe there are. Maybe there are some things he's done, and this documentary doesn't cover it. So I just want to say, I'm reacting to the documentary. I'm not reacting to what could have actually happened fully, and I should say that that's unfair, because there's definitely people out there who say shit about me and say, like, some of the negative things I've done on the internet are the end-all, be-all of me, and I find that incredibly unfair. So maybe he does do some nice things, you know? But do those nice things off-put these terrible things that are happening? Right? Don't know. I guess that's up to you to judge. And that might actually be why, that might actually be why he has a following. There's other people like him who just don't care and just whatever, you know, go through life laughing at everyone, making fun of everyone. Who cares who I hurt? Anyway, I received a $50 anonymous tip. This person wants me to keep it particularly anonymous because they don't want to be harassed. They say, I'm enjoying your content and I will defend your right to be a content creator. Keep your chin up, Phil. Thank you for the content and keep doing your thing. Thank you very much to the anonymous tipper with that very generous contribution. Enjoy the most terrifying animation that I have this holiday season. There you go. So now that you're seeing it, and likely a large amount of fecal matter is entering your nether regions and into your underpants, I will update the leaderboard. We're going to go just a little further before I take my break for dinner. Not too much further, but just a little further. I'm trying to find like a logical stopping point, and I don't know if this is it or not. However, there is an opportunity here if you guys would like to see me swap vests or into a different jersey to do so, because we now hit $250 raised. Let's do a quick poll. Should Phil swap outfits or no? No, keep the gold vest. Yes, black and gray jersey. Yes, camo vest. Yes, white and blue black jersey. There you go. You guys vote. Got some options. Keep the vest or swap the vest. Thank you guys again for your support today. We're about the halfway point of the stream at this point. Like I said, we'll just go a few more minutes. I'm going to take a break for dinner, and we're going to continue on. We are more than halfway through the video, which is good. Okay, let's continue. I don't know if this is the end of this drama. I mean, it sounds like it's over, but we thought that the Basher thing would be over, and then it continued on and on and on. So let's see what happens here. Here we go. The hell? There we go. Holy crap. Oh, my bad. That's why.
Hey, before I log out, happy birthday, Renee. Thanks for being a real friend. I appreciate it.
In this situation, it's hard to say that anyone really prospered. But there was a silver lining that Sir Tony Ray's Twitch exploded in support shortly after he overcame these false accusations.
Look at that!
As for Drama Alert, this mess up hardly hindered its growth,
of course,
as it only lost subscribers for one day and continued its climb through the YouTube ranks like nothing ever happened. As for Keem, though he was doing what he could to fix the situation, like many of his past controversial events, this was thrown into a pile of controversial acts that as time would go on would mostly be forgotten.
Yeah.
And that's because the earlier months of 2016 were pretty good for Keem. A little over a month after this most recent controversy, Drama Alert hit 1 million subscribers.
Wow.
But the biggest change happened behind the scenes. As Keemstar explained it, since his time on YouTube, there are some that grew up watching him and now have jobs at YouTube itself. Through this, he was finally able, once and for all, get cleared for promoting that scam several years back. Meaning instead of relying on a loophole of not owning Drama Alert, but being allowed to appear on it, He was now granted ownership of the channel and is able to manage it without constraints.
Huh.
Not only that, YouTube was changing in a way that boosted Drama Alert faster than it ever has.
Right.
As 2016 is remembered as a heavily drama-laden year, with the likes of Leafy is Here and H3H3 battling it out,
This is when it
there
all
was much
changed
to
for the
cover,
worse.
and it helped drive views as much as you'd expect to a channel called Drama Alert,
Yep.
with each of Keem's videos averaging on the lower end 500,000 views, and on the higher end well over 1 million. But with 2016 being such a drama-laden year, Keemstar eventually found himself stuck in the center of it, and not in the way he preferred. It was all sparked through one of the business ventures Keem was doing outside of Drama Alert. While he was still diversifying his revenue streams through merch, live streaming, sponsorships, esports, and various other avenues, he was also helping establish events between content creators when necessary. One of these events was meant to be a boxing match between iDubbbz, a rising content creator known for reviewing strange Kickstarters, and more recently his Content Cop series, where he called out what he and many other agreed to be lazy or scandalous content on YouTube. And that's where Jinx and iDubbbz's Content Cop on him came in, criticizing his reaction content. Things escalated between the two, and a boxing match was planned, with Keemstar setting up the event for March 4th. And though Jinx was combative on Twitter and eager for the match, he never showed up, making iDubbbz the automatic victor. And that's why Keem and iDubbbz were in touch. Also around this time, Keemstar's Alex video was making its seasonal return, fueled mostly by his recent controversy with Sir Tony Ray. iDubbbz, noticing this, tweeted out the Alex clip. But instead of leaving it there, Keemstar private messaged iDubbbz asking not to use that clip, or he will have to ruin iDubbbz's career like he's done with other content creators that appeared on Drama Alert. Though Keem says this was a joke, iDubbbz definitely did not take it as one, and had something bigger, mayhaps in retaliation, in the works.
Okay, that's perfect. Content Cop Keemstar is next. I gotta change my battery anyway. So this is a good opportunity to split here, right? And continue. I would say probably 2 more videos, maybe another 2.5 hours of this. I mean, there's so much to cover here at this point. It's ridiculous. Thank you for watching, everyone. Thank you for supporting. Thanks for those who are watching on demand. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people watching this on demand on YouTube as well, and I appreciate that. There's more coming. If we're not done, there's more coming shortly. So I hope that you're having a good time with it. I am enjoying it, and I'll be back.